Man, I just watched some bullshit. This loser, Brandon Tatum, Officer Tatum, got the Bishop family on his YouTube channel and is calling the Jenkins family grifters and opportunists, saying that they are crazy pretty much, claiming that they are crying wolf, believing everything that Michelle Bishop is saying about the situation. Now, if you don't know what the situation is, Michelle Bishop racially profiled DeMichael Jenkins at his own home, ran away from him screaming help, claiming that he was aggressive, a threat, and chasing her, which he wasn't, called the police on the man, had the police at his door, got on social media after the incident, lied about what happened, and she would have gotten away with the lie had it not been for the fact that the Jenkins family had Ring doorbell footage of the altercation. That is the gist of the story. The Ring doorbell footage went viral. Everybody realizes that Michelle Bishop is a fraud and a terrible person, and she got white woman tears.
Did I overreact? I don't think so.
She got a lot of backlash for the incident, which she should. She called the police on a black guy for no reason and completely lied about how the police incident went. She said that she called the police off and conveniently forgot to mention that they actually pulled up to DeMichael Jenkins' home with him, his wife, and his children. People was ripping her up, as they should. I think that she's a liar. I think she's a fraud. And I was trying to cut her some slack. I ain't want her to fail in life. I ain't want her to really face no serious repercussions. I felt like she could have redeemed herself in a way, but dog, what the this woman is doubling down on bullshit. After the Ring doorbell footage went viral, the Jenkins family was invited to Shannon Sharpe's nightcap to pretty much discuss their experience and tell their side of the story. Now, they told their side of the story. Nothing the black community didn't already know and feel they were going through. We understand how they feel. We get it. We the same. But there's this fat DJ Academics lookalike Officer Tatum. He's calling the Jenkins family opportunistic and woke grifters. All skin folk ain't kin folk.
And I don't know why Shannon Sharpe didn't do his research and had this idiot come on his show and play the victim. Now I gotta come out and expose him. It should have been over here. If this man was acting in good faith, this clip should have been done this night that it happened. But when you a grifter and everything in your life is about being a victim, you, first of all, you put stuff like this on the internet. Then you go on all these podcasts looking for victimhood. And then people come out and expose you. And now you're headed to level 3, which is exposure. Let me show you his grift. Now he say he's a real estate developer. Somebody, I can't say no names, somebody reached out to me and gave me some insight on his real estate development skills. Now, if you look at this paper, his name is there. DeMichael Jenkins. His name is right here. This is a public document. It's a public, or you put this right in the public record. He got 5 properties and 3 of them under foreclosure and 2 are under in the civil suit. But all in 2024. Now, let me tell you where I think the grift is going. We need to build our own community for us, by us. So what he's trying to do is, even though his business dealings don't appear to be that he's good at what he's doing, with foreclosures and 2 civil, that he want to grift people into giving him money and supporting him for him to do this for our own community. And allegedly, according to somebody that talked to me, that he screwed a man out of their stuff. That's why you see these foreclosures on here. That he was working with another man, screwed him out. The dude owe him probably $500,000, allegedly. But he get on Shay Shay's show, and Shay Shay won't correct it, don't do no investigation, and got this grifting dude on here acting like he a victim, really to lead to y'all giving him money so he can boast a real estate portfolio and probably steal money from people.
He is saying that the black community has a victim mentality for pointing out the blatant profiling that went down. He's saying we're trying to turn it into a race thing when it's not a race thing. Now, I'm not one that really harps on the whole race debate. That's just not in my character to do. I feel like I could do whatever I want and succeed, honestly. But your fat ass is not finna be out here just saying bullshit. I cannot let that slide. The whole time listening to him speak and side with these people, I'm just thinking to myself, why is this brother so retarded? I have the answer. Bitch face built like the bottom of my foot. You sunken place dwelling fat fuck honky hugging. This man's married to a Sarah. You don't want to mess up his life at home. Cloud surfing, Becky booty eating, sour milk sipping. Just going through his YouTube account, the man is a white supremacist best friend. Pasty princess pandering, foot fetish having, caucus connoisseur. The man clearly has a foot fetish. You shameful nigga. In a previous video before he let the Bishop family on his channel to tell their side of the story, which is bullshit, all lies, he was calling the Jenkins family scammers, claiming that Shannon Sharpe didn't thoroughly vet his guests. Here's some words about the Bishop family from some of their supporters and ex-supporters. Pause the video in between each screenshot. The Bishop family has been at it for over a decade. You fat fool. But you's a Becky booty eater. I wouldn't expect nothing less. Now, you have not done any thorough research on anybody. You listened to this woman's sob story. She probably cried on the phone with you, with her husband, who looks like a freaking thumb that got jammed. Shameful, shameful, man. You claiming the Jenkins family went out of their way to expose the Ring doorbell footage for no reason, when the Becky, the Karen, the Carol was the first person to run to the internet talking about the situation, lying about the situation, painting the Jenkins family in a bad light. Are you serious, fat man? You built like a sack of shit. You are dead worse than David Cooney. Can't believe you would call your people victims for pointing out this blatant bullshit. They're gonna try and get my video took down. Let's go watch him talk to the Bishop family and watch him eat this bullshit up.
I think it's invaluable for you guys to have an opportunity to say your part. So we'll start from the very beginning, and I want you to tell the audience what happened from the very beginning of when you started walking with your children to seeing that truck that led you to the front door of the Jenkins residence.
Yes. So first of all, Brandon, we have to say thank you. And just so your viewers know, you're the first person that stood up for us. So thank you so much. You were like the first glimmer of hope that we've had in 4 or 5 days. So thank you so much for stepping into this. You said this isn't what I do, but we are so appreciative. You're such a blessing to us.
Imagine a coon being the first person that stands up for this stupid Karen, bro.
So the story, this whole thing. So November 19th, I was out with my children. It was just before 6 o'clock in Ohio, not like Arizona. It gets dark really early in the winter. And so my husband is always super protective, and he was like, hey, it's getting dark, get home quick. And so we were finishing our run on the second half of our neighborhood, and we were jogging down the road, and it had gotten dark. The sun had gone down. We were trying to run, look at the Christmas lights, and I noticed a truck coming from behind me, and that's all that it was. It was vehicle approaching from behind me. I'm a mom in the street jogging with my little girl and my baby in my baby jogger, my little 2-year-old. And I go to the grass, and I've always been told if ever this situation happened, which I never thought it would, to go to the closest house, to act like it's your home. And so that is what I was doing. I went into the grass, started walking up the sidewalk when DeMichael was continuing to slowly approach. And he started to say things out the window, asking if he could help me. And so I didn't respond. I wasn't talking to him. It was a man in a vehicle. I'm with my children. It's dark. And so I told my daughter, hey, turn here, act like, go up this driveway. Don't look behind you. Just walk, pretend this is your house. And so we're walking up the driveway. And at that point, we decided to go to the front porch to just knock on the door, see if somebody's there, ring the doorbell. And when I get on the doorbell get on the porch and I ring the doorbell, nobody's answering. And at that point, I am absolutely just in mom mode. I'm just doing what I think any mom would do to protect their children. I start to unbuckle my son, and I ask the man in the truck, he's still in the truck, I say to him, is this your home? And he said, yes. And at this point, there was nothing that you could say to me to make me believe anything. I was in protective mode. I was in mom mode, challenging it. I said, I don't believe that. And so I grabbed my kids. I told my daughter to run, and I ran for my life. Literally, you can hear it. Showing up at a woman's house where I was calling the police just to let them know of of where I was. Just, hey, just get somebody on the phone with me. And I get in the woman's house, and I had told the woman that I thought he was a young white man. My husband came, and we went to get the stroller because I had left it in the front yard. And it was at that moment that the wife stepped out onto the porch. And it was that moment when I realized that it was a Black family. My husband even said to me, that's a Black family that lives there. He said, are you sure it wasn't? He said, are you sure it wasn't? How'd you say it? You said.
So when we went to that neighbor's house where Michelle ran to, I'm watching her on my phone, by the way. Like, I have her location. I'm like, it's getting dark. I'm going to watch her. Right. So when she stopped, I'm like, why is she stopped right there? I'm already on alert. As I'm staring at it, she calls me, and I'm like, I'm going to get over there. Mm-hmm. So I get over there, and they're standing out there. She's like, everything's fine. Everything's fine. I called the police off, whatever.
First of all, to any woman out there, and I mean this, he's in a residential area. He's not even supposed to be driving fast. Second, if you are a woman and you are walking out at night, be prepared to see a man outside. If this were to ever happen in my lifetime, where I pull up to my house, a woman's tripping on me driving slow in front of my house as she proceeds to walk onto my property, up my driveway to my front door, and immediately makes me out to be a threat. I can sympathize with a woman being scared to walk around at night, but you know what I would tell that woman? Get in the house. If after I ask you if you're looking for somebody on my property, you ask me if I live at this house, and proceed to deny my answer, off that alone, I want to cuss you out and I want to take you to the internet. Cause get away from me. Get away from my stuff. If you then proceed to run away screaming help and then call the police on me, please be prepared for a lawsuit. Again, if you are afraid to see a man close to you in a vehicle, walking on a sidewalk, and you are freaking outside at night, get your ass in the house. You do not need to be walking in the same streets as nobody. Not just because men are dangerous, but because you are dangerous. I don't want to see you. I'm terrified of you. If you are a mother walking with your children while it's dark, terrible mom, take your ass in the house. If it was light before it got dark and you're outside, have a better sense of time. Take your ass in the house because you are dangerous. This isn't even about the racial profiling that happened. And that did happen. But this is more so the fact that since y'all think I'm so dangerous, now you're a way bigger threat to me because I don't want nothing to do with you. That man ain't want nothing to do with her. Go in the house. Don't come out until it's light again. I'm so serious. Unless you leave and work, you better be in the house. Also, this family is lying about calling the police off. They keep failing to mention that the police went to the Jenkins family's front door. They keep leaving that part out. Why do you think that is? My true folks know. But to all of you supporters, why do they keep leaving that part out?
And I said, where was it? And she's like, that house right there. And I was like, well, I know that person. I mean, I've seen him in the neighborhood, seen him walking around, seen him at a buddy's birthday party. He's known here in the neighborhood, in the community. I was like, was it a Black guy? She's like, no, it was a white guy. And the lady that was also there, she was like, yeah, yes. She said he was a white guy.
Yes.
So go ahead.
So yes, so I told the woman, and then again, John asked me, are you sure it wasn't a Black dude? I know the man that lives there. And I said, no, I do believe it was a young white man.
This woman that they keep talking about has yet to come out in person and defend the Bishop family. Tatum showed a written note saying that, oh, she said that it was a white person. Bro, what the fuck is that? What is that? Also, Michelle Bishop said in one of her videos, I don't know if it was on Instagram, if it was on Facebook, she said that her and her husband had Ring doorbell footage of her pretty much saying, hey, I think it's a white man, and it has yet to come out because it does not exist. She is lying. I find it crazy that this even needs to be explained and people just can't think deep enough into things.
So I went back to the house. That was the first time they stepped out on the porch, and I realized it was, in fact, a Black family. And he came out, and I heard his voice, and it was him. And I made 2 apologies right then and there. I felt very stupid. You could see it in the video. I said, I'm so sorry. I said, in my mind, I was even thinking maybe this could be his house. But in that moment, I was in complete protector mode. There was just, like I said, nothing you could say at that point that was going to get me to trust that this really was this person's house. And I ran. So that night we truly thought it was squashed. They did not accept the apology. My husband was like, get in the truck. This isn't
They didn't accept it. They didn't accept it on the spot when you guys were in that video. Because I heard you apologize, and everybody heard you apologize on that video. So they just didn't accept it there. Did they say, well, we don't accept the apology, or they just never acknowledged the apology?
She said from the video, he starts to turn inside, and he started to continue to say the same thing over and over.
He told you that he lived here. He
kept saying it over and over. And I kept just trying to help de-escalate the situation and just saying, I'm sorry, please understand where I'm coming from. I was just everything. I'm so sorry. I just trying to put him everything. It was awkward. It was truly awkward. And he just kept trying to justify saying, I told you I lived here. And at this point,
it got to the point where I just said, hon, this isn't going to go the way you want it to go. Because I knew they're victimizing it and they're guilting her. And I said, get in the truck.
They're victimizing and guilting her after Michelle Bishop called the police on Michael Jenkins for no reason, had the police at their door for no reason, ran down the street screaming help for no reason when the man did not even want to talk to her. He didn't want to speak to her. She was in his way, quite literally, and she would not leave. In fact, she went as far as to question his belonging in the spot where he resides. But they're trying to victimize themselves and guilt her. I know she called the police on them and the police went to the door, and I know they were lying about that, but they're trying to victimize themselves and guilt her. Oh, jam, thumb, face ass.
And that's what we did.
Yeah.
And
so at that
point,
point,
turn from, because this was just a Ring camera that was only available, at least at the time, to the community. This was just a small thing. It wasn't a big national incident at the time this happened. So how did this end up going from neighbors having a conversation about a mistaken identity or mistaken for someone, kind of approaching you in an awkward way, to it being viral? How did that happen?
yeah.
First of all, Brandon Tatum, you fat fuck nigga. You are an idiot. You did not do your research. The bitch went on Instagram, bro. She was the first person to bring the whole situation to the internet. Are you not aware of that? Are you that stupid? Are you that much so in the sunken place?
And that night, I went home. And so if you guys saw on Instagram, I shared the story twice. The only reason that I shared the story is because I was heartbroken and it was a really scary night. I've always shared everything on Instagram. And so that night after that whole instance happened, I literally was sitting on the steps, first of all, and John kept trying to talk to me. I kept telling him I was so sorry. And I've never, just the panic. I literally could not come down from this fight or flight from the time that I was at the woman's house to literally 30 seconds later.
That's how this started. I hate when idiots share similar DNA to me. I genuinely hate that with a passion. She publicly said that as soon as she left their house, she went straight to Instagram, straight to the internet. Who started this? Who brought it to the light first? If you say anybody other than her, you are a retard. You are stupid. She says she went live after the footage made it to the community Facebook page, and that's a complete lie because she's already said she took it to the internet as soon as she left their house. She said that already. Are you kidding me, bro? This woman is the devil. You are a demon. I rebuke you, Satan.
Yeah. So what happened from there that night, we were not made aware that it was a continued issue. We had no idea. We left it there. I even ran the turkey trot by his house 3 times in November with my daughter. I totally thought that this was just something that was in the past. I said sorry, truly, I thought it was in the past. And so it was a couple mornings, a week and a half ago, maybe, that I was sitting here, I was reading my Bible, I was studying, and my husband walks in and he's like, I got to talk to you about something. No. And so he had brought it to my attention that this had become a racial matter. And I was devastated. I was like, oh my gosh, wow. Okay. And so from that point, and he can add his perspective on things, I just want to make sure that this is out there. Through mutual friends in the neighborhood, it has been we have tried to reconcile things with them in the beginning. Do they want to talk? We had somebody go over there with a handwritten statement from the woman who lived in that house, showing them that there was no intent here, no racial intent on their behalf. Can we orchestrate a meeting with you guys? Which they denied. They did not want to pursue any meeting with us. This was right after we found out that this has become an issue. So
not even national stuff.
John brought it to me, and right away we're trying to orchestrate, having a mutual friend set this up, sit down with them. They did not want to do that. They did not care about the handwritten letter at that point. And so the next day, it was taken, maybe the next day or two. Nonetheless, it was very quickly. The Ring doorbell footage was brought to the Facebook page with this same understanding about unity, and we need to work on this as a community.
When you say Facebook page, you mean like a community Facebook page with just people in the community, or is it just your Facebook page?
Yeah, thanks. It was our community residence page that had just shy of 500 people in the page. And so at that point, my face was on the Ring doorbell. We love our community. We're very engaged in our community. And so I was like, they know who this is. They know it's me. It's my daughter's face, like ringing the doorbell. And so I was like, I need to make sure the community knows my heart behind this, the intent behind this, what happened. So I went on live. I'm very lengthy in my explanations, but I get on and I just pour my heart out, saying, I'm so sorry, how stupid I felt. I have that video, pouring my heart out, addressing DeMichael and Brittany specifically, telling them that I'm so sorry. I understand their point of view or where they're coming from, that I'm sorry that I didn't hold their heart in that night, understanding where they were coming from, but I was truly just protecting my kids. So my heart was given to them that day in that video, and it was not accepted again. And then in comments, as people were continuing to be upset with us through the community, multiple neighbors jumping on board, I got in the comments and I tagged Brittany again. And I said, my video today was with the hopes of reconciling things with you. And if ever given the opportunity, I would love to show you who we really are. And that was never accepted. And so within a couple of days, the page actually was taken down, not our doing. And then within, I think the next day, we started getting blown up on all of our social media accounts with all sort of hate threats. And we realized that,
bitch, if you call the police on me and try to come up to my door saying sorry, and then lie about the police coming up to my door saying that you called them off, going on the internet telling a false story about how I was chasing you and being aggressive with you, rot in hell. Truly, rot in hell, you demon. They had no reason to accept your apology. You're a loon, bruh. You're crazy, psychotic, psycho. Need to be in a psych ward. You have mental issues. You genuinely put this man's life in danger and he did nothing to you. You was on his property. He had every right to tell you anything. He had every right to question you about why you're there, who you're seeing. He had every right. He's not wrong for that. You recognized him instantly coming out of his house. It wasn't just his voice. You saw him pulling up in his driveway. You saw what he looked like out of his car. I don't care what you say. You recognized him instantly coming out of his house. Not just his voice, his appearance. And people are like, oh, he doesn't even look black. He doesn't even look black. Fool. If you ain't black, your opinion ain't worth the lint in your belly button. Shut up. I recognized instantly that he was black. It wasn't no trouble for me to look at him and be like, oh, it's just a light-skinned black dude. Whether he's mixed or whatever, that's a black guy. That's a black man. Hearing his voice, instantly, oh, that's a black man. I know all you others be trying to use the lingo and be trying to sound cool. You do not sound like us, fool. What is you talking about?
How did it make you guys feel when people were saying you were racist, right? Because that's the framing of it. The white woman don't like a black man in the community, boogie black man. How dare a black man be in this affluent community? Like, what did that make you feel like when they tried to frame it that way? You know, knowing who you guys are, what did that make you feel like?
What at first you're like, what was said? You know, like what was said, and we're like, we didn't say anything. So we really had to try to identify what was being said. So we actually had to look for comments and posts of other people saying, oh, they did this. And I'm like, is that what's going on? Is that the narrative? So it took us a minute, me, to figure out.
I don't mean to overspeak you.
Yeah.
In complete honesty, I think I felt every single emotion. I have felt at first it's like this knee jerk of like, what are they saying about us? Like, is that like, how could they say that about us? And then you start to get hurt because you're like, of all people, if you know me, like I am the biggest people pleaser. I'm praying for the Lord to deliver me of that. I want everybody to be seen. I want everybody to be included. And so, truly, I was like, man, in this neighborhood, like my home, like I don't want this negative spin that I would ever be somebody to reject somebody. And so I've had every emotion coursing through my veins, but I'm trying to just continue to like have a gentle heart, because I think that that's, I mean, what they need to continue to see. Like there was never any ill intent behind it at all. And so I know that you felt the same
especially
way.
within our neighborhood. I mean, this is our community, and this is a small community. It's, you know, it's like a new urbanism community, you know, where everybody knows your name. It's like Cheers in here, you know, and literally like one of my best friends, man, my boys, he's a black guy. We work out every single day together, dude. He's my business partner in here. We did vacation last year. Our neighbors right next door, you know, our daughters are best friends. She's black. So like to see these things, and they know who we are and who our friends are, and our very community saying those things about us, man, it was a case of ostracism that, man, I've never experienced in my life, and it sucked.
Yeah, we're trying really hard not to even have to mention our friends that are black. Like we want to keep
I don't even
that.
like saying that, because like, those are just my friends, you know.
And I
but
don't
then
want
I have to
bring
like
other people into any of this. So it's so unfortunate that it's like that's even being questioned.
Here's one black friend, you guys. Y'all know what that means. You know how many people I know that have black friends, or like I have black friends, but they're some of the most racist people I've ever met in my life. They have such crazy prejudice against black people. You wouldn't believe it. No, you wouldn't believe it. You know how it goes. You know exactly how it goes.
It makes sense though, because
They're
I
like,
think people should know that like they frame you guys, and this is what made me so upset. They frame you guys as like these white people who've never seen black people before, and the idea that a black man is driving down the street spooked you. Even if he was like walking down the street, somehow it'll spook you guys. When in fact, you know, you guys are not these white folks that that not around black people or don't have any friends that are cultured whatsoever. I mean, you guys are just like any other American family whom you have friends from all backgrounds. I mean, the fact that you mentioned that you have a business partner that's black, I think that's significant. It's almost crazy to think that you guys are some racist, out of touch white family when you have a business partner that's black. Black people live in the neighborhood along with this guy. I think that it's kind of hard to say it because you don't want to say I have black friends, but at the same time, if people knew what your friend dynamic was, your business dynamic, they would look so stupid trying to frame you guys as being a racist couple.
Yeah.
So when did it go from, so once it got to the community members start to jump in, you guys start to see it go viral. So when was the first time you saw that it was like, oh crap, this is like on the internet and starting to affect our social media accounts, starting to affect our businesses? Where did that start at?
So my very good friend that I was just mentioning, we were at the gym this past Saturday morning, and we're doing lunges. We're literally out there doing lunges. And I get done and I grab my phone and I'm like, what is this? Our business, mine and his business, are getting comments. And I'm like, what the heck is this? And then I open up, you know, Facebook. I'm like, oh, and I call her. I'm like, what's happening? What is going on? I had no idea. And honestly, like, I'm laughing at it now. It's not even a laughing matter, but like, what is today now? Thursday. This is what, 5 days of this. I'm numb. I'm so numb to it. It's like it's a bad dream. You know, so it's hard to even believe that this is a reality right now. But that's when we found out Saturday morning, just by me opening up my phone. She's in the middle of work and I had to like interrupt her. Hey, what's happening? And then that's when it all started.
Yeah. John says that we were numb, and like I'm sitting here, like literally, like it's been a nonstop trembling. It's like we keep telling our story over and over and over and over. And so it's like, you know, try not to get frustrated in it and remain, you know, a heart of humility and humbleness. And
especially when it's get twisted, you know.
But then it's like when I start to think about truly, like, and I know you'll get to this, but like what's happening in the outside world, like the reality of it, it's like we're not sitting here on your platform to gain something. Like, dude, it's rough right now. And so that's the reality of it. Like we're numb and we're we're like, everything's blocked right now and we can't see it. But like, I just open my phone and look at something. People are sending us every article, and I'm just like, it's so consuming.
Our kids are getting like this much right now of us, and it kills us. So every day we're stretching ourselves just to go and give them some extra love in spite of all this
and
stuff.
My daughter,
that is the hardest part right now.
I got to take a bath with my daughter the other night, and she literally kept telling me, Mommy, when you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, don't be afraid, the Lord is with you. And praise God, I got little voices in my head just reminding me of those things. So I'll compose myself, but I just want you to know, like, we are composed, but
you're talking about her minimum.
Yeah, like, what's the reality of it? Like, the reality of the devastation is heartbreaking to us. So
yeah, and that's why I wanted to get your story out there, because this stuff can be destructive, especially when someone is doing things to gain financial recognition.
Oh my God, this fat boy, dog. He's a coon. I didn't already explain to y'all. I didn't put the clip up. Shorty took it to the internet first. She blew it out of proportion that day when she decided to run, scream, and help and call the police on that man. Then take it to the internet that very same day, that very same night. Brandon Tatum, you are a shameful man. And I'm going to keep saying it. You are a shameful man, and you are married to the bottom of your foot. Your wife is ugly. They are unqualified fitness experts. The husband, this thumb looking dude over here, he's a deadbeat dad. He don't want to take in his special needs daughter. He don't like to give her any light. He ran away from her damn near. Like, this is what people are saying about her, since you haven't heard any negative things about the family. This is what their fans and supporters have to say, their ex-supporters, because people stop supporting them because they are far out there and they are not good people. They are full of crap. I don't care about carrying tears, man. I don't care about tears in general. That don't really move me whatsoever. But you, Brandon Tatum, are a weak man. You are a fat man. You have an ugly wife, and you are a coon. All right, I'm done talking about this now. The rest of the video, he just shouting out the Bishop's family businesses and talking crap about the Jenkins family. Bunch of bullshit. Look, Brandon Tatum, I'll say it again. You are a shameful man. You are a disgusting man. You are a coon. You are in the sunken place. You let these people come in here and play in your face. You did not do thorough research, and that's your bad. To all of you people of other racial backgrounds, other ethnicities, some of y'all are a mix of everybody, mostly European though. Shut up. You don't know anything about what it is to be black. You know more about the lifestyle that the Karen lives. Honestly, it's only a select few of you that I feel like I could really trust. I'll be the person to sit here and say that and be blatantly honest, unapologetic about it. I don't trust your opinion. Your opinion is not to be trusted. I don't care. Again, Tatum, you are shameful. You are a coon. You are easy to deceive. You are an errand boy. You married the bottom of your foot. I see why you sided with the Bishop's family. I don't respect it, but I see. That's the end of this video. Like this video and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, fuck you, Tatum.